Hello and welcome back to AB in Focus. I'm delighted to be joined here at Arabian Travel Market by Berhad Trenkel, the COO of Qatar Tourism. Berhad, thank you for joining me and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Matt, for inviting me.
So I think we would be remiss if we didn't start by talking about the hottest topic in the room, which is obviously the upcoming FIFA World Cup 2022 Qatar. How are preparations ongoing? I assume you're expecting a huge influx of tourism coming in the latter part of this year.
Obviously, the event starting November 21, kicking off in Qatar will be amazing. It's the biggest football event and it's the biggest sports event in the world. But it's not news. It's been over 10 years in the works. You don't build stadiums, 7 new stadiums custom built for the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. That takes a little bit of preparation and planning. So I think we're well underway. Out of the 8 stadiums that are playing the tournament, 7 have been already activated and football matches have taken place. So we're just waiting for the last stadium to go live, which is the Lusail Stadium, where also the final on December 18th will be played. And otherwise, that part, we're ready. When it comes to hospitality and tourism, obviously also the hotels are gearing up. We have a huge pipeline of hotels that have been under construction. Some have been delayed during the COVID pandemic, but all of them will open up in the next few weeks and months. So we will see our capacity grow by another 50% between now and the tournament period. So a huge boost.
Is there a strategy beyond just building more hotels to ensure that fans will be able to stay?
There is. The accommodation topic obviously has been scrutinized a lot. There's multiple pillars that have been built and activated to ensure accommodation is provided. So one, of course, you have hotels, hotel apartments, service apartments. 2, the Supreme Committee has a whole accommodation team who have been working with the real estate sector to activate what normally would be apartments and villas. That alone will bring an additional 60,000 rooms and will be operated by Accor. So they have signed the operator agreement with someone from the hotel sector to run that. In addition, you have what I'm sure you've heard of, the famous floating hotels, which will be stationed at the Doha port. Between now and the World Cup, we will actually open the new Grand Terminal for cruises that first will run just the 2 cruise ships from MSC that will be stationed there. And then 4th, you have a number of campsites, which will be large-scale, lower-end accommodation, so for more budget-conscious people. And the 5th and last one is where tourism also comes in. We've been working with holiday home sectors, so you name it, whether it's an Airbnb, Booking.com, or Robo, etc., to activate any remaining capacity on a temporary basis so that there is enough accommodation for everyone.
So, short answer, or short question, maybe a complicated answer. Is it going to be enough? Are fans going to be able to stay? Is accommodation going to be already available at accommodating prices?
So I think it will be enough because what's happening, the crunch period is the first 12 days of the tournament when you have 32 nations playing. And of course, you have people from all those nations coming in because they want to watch, plus many, many other nations that didn't qualify. After that, when it comes to the elimination round, then you will see people leaving because their team has left the tournament. And that then will open up specifically for the GCC region last-minute opportunities for people then to come in, either because they're able to buy then tickets that are being sold last minute, or buying tickets from people that might have left, or just come in and enjoy the atmosphere, because I can tell you a World Cup is an amazing experience. I lived 20 years ago in South Korea when Korea-Japan was doing the World Cup, and just living there was a dream. It was so spectacular that I can only recommend anyone, if you haven't been to a World Cup, it is fun. And specifically in Doha and in Qatar, it will also be amazing because, of course, the weather conditions in November, December will be marvelous. We always have to explain this to the people. We don't need air conditioning during that part of the year. You will enjoy wonderful weather. You can walk around in shorts, t-shirts, and enjoy sunshine.
Yeah, and very reliable weather too.
Reliable instead of sitting in drizzly London. And it's fun. World Cup will be fun.
So, talking a little bit more about this GCC tourism angle, GCC visitors for the World Cup, any plans in place to help with, I mean, I know flights already are skyrocketing between the UAE and Qatar, or maybe over the land border, expedited passage?
So yes, of course, the land border will be one key thing where you will see people from as far away as Kuwait, Oman driving in. So that is one natural one. And then there will be additional flight capacity. So there are teams working between the airlines partnering to have kind of extra shuttle services to bring people in and out of the tournament, even to the point where some people will just visit for the day, as in for one match, and go home to wherever they are living.
So, I mean, obviously the FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar is now actually the short term. Let's talk a little bit more about the medium to long term. Tell me more about Qatar's tourism strategy moving towards 2030.
So our strategy, we've actually got formal sign-off last year by an entity which is called Supreme Council of Economic Affairs and Investment. The Supreme Council oversees all sectors, be it be it like medical, be it education, be it construction, etc. And they've included now the hospitality tourism sector as a new sector that is called now a priority sector. So if you want, we're now in the spotlight. With that comes an expectation that we will not only grow our visitor numbers from pre-COVID, where we're sitting at 2.1 million visitors, to we're targeting now 6 to 7 million, so 3 times by 2030. We're also talking about nearly doubling the share of GDP, going to 12% of GDP. So tourism and the wider sector will then be a major pillar of the economy. We're also talking about employment, essentially growing sector employment to 250,000 people by 2030, which is sizable considering the size of the economy and the number of people that are living in Qatar.
Anything specific you can point to, any specific projects or ideas that are percolating?
It's an endless list of projects. So where do we start? We have, as part of the strategy, 11 pillars that we're working on. Just to highlight things like the first one is the regulation. A lot starts around how you regulate, how you incentivize, how you steer. And then you have other pillars like what are we doing on the cruise side? I've already mentioned the new cruise terminal. That will be crucial. But how do we shift, for example, that the cruise business is not just ships coming in and out, but actually people starting their journey in Qatar. So that way we're better leveraging Qatar Airways, and we're better leveraging Hamad International Airport, and we're leveraging the new cruise terminal by getting people to do home porting. So we have a very detailed strategy with these 11 pillars, down to the last one. How do you grow the talent in the sector? Because having 250,000 people working in the sector is a lot of qualified manpower that you need to source, that you need to develop and train.
So talk to me a little bit as well, but you mentioned COVID there, growing past post-COVID and growing to more heights. Where are you sitting now in terms of that return to normality? Have you hit normalcy? Are we back to 2019?
So when it comes to the rules around COVID, we had a very close and good partnership with the Ministry of Public Health. And of course, we were governing our piece. And we launched very early when the pandemic hit the concept of Qatar Clean, like many other destinations, which was trying to ensure there are safety and hygiene standards around COVID. That program is in place and has been extremely successful. Qatar took a very structured stance on regulating things like with bringing in the Qatars mobile app, which allows for the contact tracking, but also allows access management of people. And the Qatars system has been the backbone of when people come and visit, that you have to register. Now, when it comes to relaxation, the Qatars system has been replaced largely by accepting now also the GCC apps from around the region, or NHS from the UK, or any of the European apps. So that's why I think for people that are fully vaccinated, we're nearly back to normal, because you can travel to Qatar without any registration process. And the only rule we still have in place is you need to do a rapid test after arrival. But I'm optimistic very soon we might see also this one go away, like it has already been removed in many other countries. Then we'll be pretty much back to normal. When it comes to wearing masks, you don't have to wear masks in public places. You don't have to wear masks inside the malls. You only have to wear masks inside stores when you're in a closed, confined space.
Final question then from me. Holistically, the travel and tourism industry, how are you feeling over the short to medium term? Are you a happy man now? Are you happier than you were a couple of years ago?
I am happy once I'm in 2023 because, one, this is a tall mountain to climb with the FIFA World Cup, but it's also an immense opportunity because it's a once-of-a-lifetime event for Qatar, but also for the GCC region. And if I put my head on as kind of a marketeer or as a tourism professional, there are not many Mount Everest to climb. This is one Mount Everest in this space to climb. But the interesting part will be how the halo effect of the event will then propel us forward in 23, because the hotel capacity will have grown and Qatar will have made its debut on the world stage when it comes to the tourism. And we won't be, like sometimes we're joking, we're the best kept secret in tourism. We won't be a secret anymore. Everyone will know Qatar and everyone will want to come and visit Qatar.
Excellent. Well, on that note, I'll wish you luck climbing your Everest. Thank you for joining me today.